How to master your mind as a pianist, and it's not what you think. Look, I'm performing the Well-Tempered Clavier by Bach Book 2 now in Constance tonight, and this concert is really long. It's 2.5 hours. It's purely mindset. You need focus, you need control, you need freedom, and you need to get rid of your anxiety if you want to become a better pianist, no matter if you're a non-professional or a professional pianist. Most pianists think that they can solve everything with their technique, that they just need to practice more, and that everything will solve itself, that the problems will disappear. That is simply wrong. You need a strong mindset that will help you to focus better during practice, to get rid of your anxiety, and to also be more present when you're playing. For me, it's almost like I'm a listener myself. When I play a concert like this, it is a journey. It's a shared journey between the audience and me. And of course, we all listen to the same music. We like this music, that's why we're here. And I personally imagine myself as just being a listener as well. And then the music is happening, right? So this is a very important mindset, first of all. But you also need more than that. You need right strategies on how you can deal with mistakes. For example, when you're in the flow and a mistake is happening, most musicians make the mistake that they start rating themselves. Good, bad, not even with mistakes, but with everything. They're just rating themselves all the time. This is good, this is bad, and this is the ego speaking here. This is the ego trying to tell you that you need to prove yourself, trying to get the control of you. But music, it has to be ego-free. You need to be free in your expression. You need to feel all the emotions, and you're not allowed to be there in the way, because the composers wrote things with their own intentions, and your job is to be serving them and serving the interpretation. And you want to give your very best to feel everything the music has to offer, but not being in the way of that. And you don't want to get into that situation where you prove yourself in front of an audience, or where you try to be cool, or where you want to look good. You want to be in a position where you simply feel it and you're experiencing it yourself. That is very important. Now, how do we get there? Of course, there are several things you have to know. You have to imagine the pieces as you want them to sound, not as you don't want them to sound. If you actually start imagining the music as you want it to be, you become better with your ego management, because you imagine the music, there is no room for your own self-talk. You just imagine the music as much as you can, how it sounds, how it feels, how the body feels during making this music. And you need to train this already in your practice. It's not enough to try and just do this on stage. You have to do it on a daily basis in your practice room. You need to really focus on your imagination, first of all. The second thing is, how do you deal with things when they go wrong? Because they will go wrong. If you're practicing, it means you will make mistakes. And if you're performing and playing in front of others, that also means you will make mistakes. You will forget the music. You will mess it up. It's very normal for every person. There is no single musician out there who has not messed up a performance. And you have to become accepting of that fact. You need to accept the good performances and the bad performances. Everything is a journey. Try to just fully experience and accept that fact, and you will already become a better musician on its own. Look, on the surface you may be anxious. On the surface you may be doubtful. On the surface you may be insecure. But the deeper you go in your own body, and the deeper you go, it's almost like an ocean. The deeper you dive into the ocean, the calmer it becomes. So deep inside of you, you need to cultivate that silence. You have to look for that in your daily life too. Making music is a reflection of your soul. Whatever is happening within you will happen in the music. So you need to work on yourself and you need to work on your mindset in order to become a better musician. No matter if you're an amateur player, a so-called hobby player, or if you're a professional musician, you need to work on your mindset if you really want to make progress. Technique is not enough. Memory is not enough. And practice methods are not enough. You need to cultivate your mindset. And if you also want to learn how you can do that, how you can master your mind as a musician, because almost no teacher out there talks about this very important concept, then you should sign up for a free first piano lesson with me at aaronpilson.com/academy, where we will work out together if and how I can help you, but especially how you can master your mind. We'll set out a step-by-step plan that you can follow so you're not struggling in your performances anymore, you manage your ego, and your practice also becomes more efficient. Plus, you will also enjoy the music more and the people in your surrounding. If that sounds promising, then just check it out. Apply for that free piano lesson now, especially during the summertime now, because most people are sleeping. And if you start preparing your mindset now, you will be ready for the winter, the Christmas season, whatever you want to do later on. This is your moment. Check it out, and thank you so much for watching this video. We'll see each other again in the following videos, and also recommend this channel to your friends. Send them this video if you think that it's very important for them too. Ciao, ciao, and I will now become free in my performance tonight with the Well-Tempered Clavier by Bach. See you. Bye-bye.